We're looking ahead to the India versus West Indies game. Sunny Gavaskar, VVS Laxman, Brian Lara with us. Saima, I'll start with you. We spoke about the West Indies team and all of you agreed that they need to get another bowler into their lineup. Let's talk about the Indian team now. They've gone with 2 spinners, 3 fast bowlers, most of the games, even the one that they played here. But now this is against West Indies. Do you think there is a case in point, because you're playing at the Waka, to bring in a fast bowler instead of a spinner?
No, I think this balance of the attack is very good.
Okay.
The fact that Mohammad Shami had a little bit of a niggle allowed Bhuvneshwar Kumar to come in and bowl. And while he bowled impressively, you would still say that he's still a little bit rusty, that you still would want to take chances with him in a big match. And this is a big match. India wins tomorrow. They are pretty certain of finishing #1 in the group, and I think that is what they should be looking to do, finish #1 in the group, because one, that gives you the momentum even for the knockout matches. So I don't think India should experiment too much. This attack has done well for them. It's restricted strong batting lineups like the Pakistan and the South African batting lineups to under 300. So I don't think they should toy with this attack.
Okay, go with the same attack. VVS, to you, same thing. You think India should stick with the same attack? And the other thing I wanted to ask you is, Ashwin, do you think he's going to be the main guy in the game? Because we've seen him get considerable amount of success against Chris Gayle, and Chris Gayle will be the main man for West Indies.
Yes, I think to answer your first question, I think India should stick to the same balance of bowlers, 3 fast bowlers and 2 spinners. Also with Jadeja there in the side, he can bat at number 7, so it strengthens our batting. Otherwise, if suppose you play extra bowler, then Ashwin has to bat at number 7, and I think that's, you're weakening your batting lineup. And even though it's in Perth, there's not much of turn from the wicket, but good spinners use the Perth wicket or the condition in Perth to extract that extra bounce. And also with the breeze blowing across the ground, they can use the breeze really smartly, and good spinners get good value from the conditions at Perth. Coming to your second question, Nikhil, Ashwin will be very crucial. And even if you see in the 2 games India has won, an important role was played by Ashwin in the game against Pakistan, and also the way he bowled against against South Africa. But what is important to see, you heard Ashwin at the start of this program, that he is looking to take wickets. And Ashwin, whenever he is in that kind of a mindset, where he is the wicket-taking bowler for India, he always does well. So, and also Chris Gayle has always been under a lot of pressure whenever he is facing Ashwin, and he has caused problem even in a T20 format. Whenever Chennai Super Kings plays RCB, you always see Dhoni giving the ball to Ashwin, because Ashwin is not only a smart bowler, but Ashwin actually knows the weakness of the opposition batsman, and he reads the game very well. So he exactly knows how to bowl to someone as dangerous as Chris Gayle. So he will be very important in tomorrow's game, and I have a feeling that MS Dhoni will open with Ashwin tomorrow, purely because he knows that Chris Gayle will be under tremendous pressure facing Ashwin up front.
Right, interesting point. Wouldn't be surprised if the new ball is given to Ashwin. Brian, to you, and we were talking about Chris Gayle because he is the main man for the West Indian team. The only point of concern, if you're a West Indian fan, is that for the past 3 days, he has been coming to practice, but not practicing, not doing net practice, because we believe he's got some back trouble. Do you see that having any effect on the game, or do you think because he's had that back trouble for 3 years, it's not going to matter at all, because once the game starts, he forgets about all of that?
Well, I don't know exactly what's going through Chris Gayle's mind. If he's got a slight black back strain, definitely he should take as much rest as possible. He's a veteran in the game at the moment, so he would know exactly how to prepare. But going back to the point of Ashwin, if I was Chris Gayle, I will welcome an Ashwin opening the bowling. I don't have to go after him. This is not a T20, this is 50 overs. I would want Dhoni to put Ashwin with the new ball. Why? Because against Zimbabwe, I was very lucky to get some runs after that close LBW shout. Bowled down against South Africa with swing bowling, and India have a very, very good fast bowling attack. So if Ashwin bowls early, I can push forward, play batting pad, see the ball, get the pace and bounce of the track, and maybe benefit from it later on. So I don't know if that's a great move by India. But back to Chris Gayle, as I said, veteran in the game, he should know his game. He should know the important part that he has to play in a West Indies victory tomorrow. And, I am leaning towards a Chris Gayle performing very, very well tomorrow.
Okay, Chris Gayle performing very well is what Brian thinks, and interesting thoughts there too, because Brian believes if Ashwin does open, Chris Gayle will relish the opportunity, whereas VVS said that MS Dhoni may give it to Ashwin because he's got a lot of success against Gayle. If the game tomorrow is half as exciting as our discussion was, then boy, you have a great game to look forward to. Sunny Gavaskar, Brian Lara, VVS Laxman, thanks so much for joining us. We heard from these three big commentators on the game.